This is Cassius, Tryptamine Astrology Readings, and today it is Saturday, June 25th, 2016, and today, as you can see, the Sun and Venus are coming into Cancer, starting to trine Neptune, Venus trine Neptune. Venus trine Neptune will be a dose of kind of spiritual feeling, emotionally sensitive relief, but immediately after the relief, as Venus moves deeper into Cancer, we'll have a point of bursting, a point of some kind of intense explosion. It might be really dark and deep and electric and purging, like the Uranus-Pluto square, like Uranus conjunct Eris and Ceres conjunct all of it, because Venus in Cancer is going to oppose Pluto and then square Uranus over the next 2 weeks or so. So we're going to have a moment of emotional, social, spiritual, emotional connection to emotions and to water stuff. With Venus and Cancer trine Neptune in the next several days, we'll have a social moment of spiritual harmony. Social as in Venus, Neptune and Pisces as in spiritual. And we're feeling a little bit of that today because the moon is conjunct Neptune. But the moon also squared Saturn a little bit ago, and anytime the moon touches that Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter grand cross, it's a hard moment. But this is one of the most important things I can say now. Mercury is sextile Uranus right now. And as we feel this moment of social, spiritual communication, deep social spiritual communication between people, as we feel this in the next several days, Mercury in Gemini will sextile Uranus, Eris, and Ceres and make a perfect yod, a quinxunx to Mars retrograde. Mars is stuck right there in Scorpio, retrograding exactly quinxunx that aspect. Mars in Scorpio, quinxunx, Uranus, Eris, and Ceres in Aries. As I mentioned before, Uranus just conjoined the dwarf planet Eris for the first time since 1930. Ceres happened to fatefully come and conjoin Uranus and Eris too. Ceres is, of course, the largest body in the asteroid belt. Ceres is a very positive, health-associated thing. I observed how Ceres, when it conjoined Chiron in the South Node in March, made a lot of people more conscious about their health. And I'm being serious, like we could feel that. So, with Ceres, Uranus, and Eris all conjoined, exactly stuck with... Mars is going to be stuck at exactly 23 degrees for about 2 more weeks. In 2 more entire weeks. Mars retrogrades are insanely long. And it's so fateful. It's so beautifully and insanely and crazily fateful that Mars would get stuck exactly at 23 degrees, quinxunx Uranus, exactly as it conjoined Eris, and Ceres conjoined that for the first time since 1930. Now, and during all that, of course, Mercury sextile that will be majorly bringing that out in the next few days. So in the next few days, we're going to be feeling a socially, deeply, emotionally connected, spiritual, socially, emotionally connected energy, and a super fiery, electric, intense, sporadic, dark, deep thing. Because you see, I kind of realized that Eris is kind of a dark dwarf planet, kind of like Pluto. Eris is, I've seen it in several people. I've seen Eris conjoin people's suns in Aries and cause things to happen to them. My South Node is conjunct Aries, so in my own personality, I recognize where Eris is in me. And with Eris conjunct my South Node, sometimes... I can feel this super dark, deep, fiery, raging desire to survive. Sometimes when certain things happen to me. And I recognize that as Eris. Every time recently that the moon conjoined Uranus or sextiled Uranus and Eris for the last few weeks that Uranus has been conjunct Eris, I've been feeling it out. I've been kind of understanding what Eris is, and I understand that it's something super dark, deep, scary, crazy, and I think also very intuitive and fateful. It might have something to do with events manifesting or having some kind of, I don't know, I feel like Eris is a conductor for some kind of super deep things that we're only starting to discover. So as Uranus stays conjunct Eris, every time that a planet squares Uranus, or trines Uranus, or the moon conjoins Uranus, anytime something touches Uranus, we get a chance to feel how Uranus conjunct Eris feels. And I promise it's real. So, in the next 3 days, we'll have a chance to feel some very electric, deep, dark, very spiritually in tuned and socially open, electric, fiery, crazy, deep, dark, intuitive, crazy things. Mars being stuck exactly quinxunx, Uranus, and Eris in Ceres for 2 more entire weeks, that is going to be something to see. There's going to be this burning, electric, deep, dark, fiery, explosive, purging thing. And that is what is transitioning us out of this cold, rigid, somber, depressing time that we've had for the last several months with Jupiter square Saturn and Saturn square Neptune and that whole thing. So now, after the Sun and Mercury both passed that grand cross point to this thing, now we're headed into some more active, fiery, electric, active type energies. But what is Uranus? Uranus is our place of collective technological advancement. Uranus's position in the sky at any given time determines how the political climate will be, how revolutions of the world are happening, politics, war, ideology, technology, intuition, thinking, sporadic events. That's all Uranus. And Uranus conjunct Eris could turn our place of collective technological advancement, the political climate that you feel in the air right now, it could send that energy down this deep, dark tunnel of Eris that we're just starting to figure out about. The political climate could turn dark and crazy. That's what I predict, at least. I don't think it's all necessarily negative. I think it's kind of like euphoric, deep, euphoric darkness almost. Uranus is kind of inherently euphoric and energetic and full of energy, like Aquarius, and, well, it's definitely not going to be boring. So, we're going to feel this now. In the next several days, with Venus trine Neptune, it's the right time to have a deep spiritual conversation with somebody and connect to somebody. And much love. Peace.